Botswana has one of the highest conservation land ratios in Africa, with more than 25% of the land area reserved for national parks and game reserves. This also serves the purpose of regulating the conservation and wildlife protection.
It's your boy Lunga Andre Piti, and welcome to the one and only Bojanala. The main objective of this specific show is for us to really understand the mindset of tourists. What is it about Botswana that attracts thousands and thousands of people from Europe across the world to come and experience Botswana?
Botswana is considered one of Africa's great game destinations because of places like the Okavango Delta, which is the largest inland delta in the world and was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2014.
The Ministry of Environment, Natural Resource Conservation and Tourism, through the Department of Environmental Affairs, DEA, has put in place policies to promote environmental-based projects for the conservation and protection of the environment in order to increase the effectiveness with which natural resources are used and managed, so that the beneficial interactions are optimized and harmful environment side effects are minimized.
Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Environment and Tourism, Bojanala, addresses the issue of how communities are benefiting following Botswana's lifting of the hunting ban.
Botswana is regarded highly in terms of international conservation efforts in the world because we have some of the highest biodiversity in the world. We have the highest population of elephants in the world. People know that internationally you want to go to the best ecotourism activities in the world, go to Botswana, and I still say today that we are the best among the best. We are currently dealing with the human and wildlife conflict. We have a system where we compensate people who have had damages that are caused by elephants. We'll continue managing the human and wildlife conflict issue, and we will continue supporting our communities and ensuring that they get the best benefit out of the situation.
During the launch of the third Elephant Express bus for children living in the village of Seronga, His Excellency our President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi commended the private sector for coming up with innovative ways and strategies in which the community there can live side by side with the elephants.
So I really want to thank you, and through you, by Elephant Express, to all the sponsors, to do the good work you do, because it's a worthwhile investment, particularly when you touch the lives of children, the young, the vulnerable, and those that represent the future. To be secure when they go to school, when they go to the clinic, so that there is minimal human wildlife or human elephant conflict.
After we learn to live with these animals, it is so important that we learn to protect them against any dangers. Now let's find out how the private sector aims to assist in the animal conservation in Botswana.
Just like the name says, Elephant Havens, a safe home for orphan baby elephants. It was registered late 2017. And our mission is very straightforward, is to protect and preserve the African elephant through community outreach, research and information sharing, as well as hand rearing of orphan baby elephants, with a mission to keep them here until they are 5 years.
Good boy, Sandy. Very good boy. That's my boy. Very good boy, Sandy. He's boy. Okay.
Let's learn more about another interesting animal, the giraffe, and its conservation in the beautiful lodge called Tamuteleli.
You know, with many animals and species, it's important to balance nature and our impact with it as humans. And so we want to coexist with the animals here in Africa and make sure that there's a space for everyone. Botswana is very unique in that they have 2 subspecies in the same country, so it's a very special location for this research. So it's important to take our time and learn about the animals, learn what they need and learn what we need, and work together with them to give each other the space properly.
This is what happens with climate change. Extreme weather conditions. We experience droughts. When we experience droughts, the dry seasons, the amount of water flowing from Angola into the Okavango is reduced, which means at some point, maybe these water points and these rivers, they might dry. And it means that there's not going to be enough water for the livelihoods and the lives around this area. So it is important for us to know that climate change brings, impacts that will actually even kill lives in this place, because, the natural system that, sustains them will be dead. Water bodies, herbage, forests, and shade, and all that.
This is the solar plant for Machaba Safaris or Machaba Camp. So we started with only 77 solar panels to supply the whole camp, together with the Raylight batteries that were about 44. 99.9% of the time you would realize we only running our beautiful camp under solar.
We are conserving this land for the community. Some call it Seboba Nature Recreational Park. Some would call it Chihuha. What we normally do here is we offer quite a few services to the community. Few of the activities that we have done here is we allow the community to access the Seboba or the riverine features or the river itself for fishing, sustainable fishing. Churches come here for baptizing, and then we also have recreational activities, like they would go into the rapids when it's September, when the water is not flooding, for camping or picnics. What we have done here is we have animals that roam between the forest reserve on the other side and then the river. For them to access the riverine, we have opened animal corridors so that they could come in. It's a life park. You'd find buffaloes, elephants, impalas, and other animals that come from the forest reserve, including the monkeys and the baboons that use the riverine from the border into the park. To maintain and to keep this area out of litter, we have picnic sites and our bird hides. We have put baboon-proof bins, and we encourage every client that comes to the park to stop littering or to stay away from littering. We have the government and the Botswana Tourism Organization as the trust, or as Seboba Trust. We have embarked on a partnership.
Life on Earth, a unique ecosystem of people, plants and animals. A fragile planet with an uncertain future that demands change.
Botswana has been capturing data about E and the S and the G, but now for us to implement tools, we need financial assistance. So I'll be one of the negotiators as a youth participant, as a climate change activist and a professional within the space to try and advocate for Botswana to be more sustainable and for us to move towards a circular economy.